Episode 56ZX, November 12, 2024. Colorado Heat Pump Rebates launch for apartments and homes. In Episode 56ZX, 1 World, 2 United States, 3 California, 4 Colorado, 5 Connecticut, 6 New Hampshire, 7 New York, 8 Pennsylvania, 9 Texas, 10 Virginia, 11 Washington, 12 West Virginia, 13 Australia, 14 United Kingdom, 15 Austria Vienna, 16 Sweden Stockholm, 17 India, 18 PM, 2.5 and Human Health. Main content: 1 World, who releases alarming study showing how many people will die due to extreme weather. The cool down. The World Health Organization recently released a report identifying the climate crisis as a contributor to global deaths and major health issues. 2A United States. Public Broadcasting Service PBS Newshour. January 11, 2024. PBS interview with an Associated Press reporter on how Trump will attempt to change United States environmental policy beginning in 2025. RAWSEP View. There seem to be 4 ways that Trump has signaled he will try to reverse Biden administration policies on the environment. Reversals of regulations may take time since government works slowly. Turning away from clean energy projects that have already launched may not happen, especially if projects have been launched in Republican districts and create jobs. A turn away from electric vehicles may not happen because of Trump's relationship with Elon Musk. Backing away from the Paris Accords will probably happen. Environmental Protection Agency EPA employees may leave as EPA employees left during the first Trump administration. In 2024 and 2025, the effects of climate change cannot really be ignored. Excerpts edited by RAWSEP for brevity and clarity in relationship to residents against wood smoke emission particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. PBS Interviewer. During the campaign, President-elect Trump said he wants to get rid of virtually all of the Biden administration's climate change regulations intended to cut carbon emissions and to move away from fossil fuels. He's also called for the repeal of the Inflation Reduction Act, President Biden's signature climate law. Even as Trump's team drafts executive orders for Trump to sign on Inauguration Day, Biden administration officials are trying to lock in their policies. A reporter from the Associated Press covers climate, environment, and energy policy for the Associated Press. From the 2025 Trump administration, what can we expect on climate change and environment? Associated Press. Basically everything that President Biden has tried to do, President Trump is going to try to undo. The Inflation Reduction Act, a terribly named law, is a very wide-reaching law that tries to spend hundreds of billions of dollars to promote clean energy and has a lot of tax credits in there. Trump wants to repeal them. Trump may have some trouble though, because not only is it in law right now, but a lot of the projects being developed for clean energy are in Republican-held districts. PBS Interviewer. Even if he has both chambers, the House and the Senate, members will want to protect their homes. Associated Press. A group of Republicans wrote the House Speaker Mike Johnson a letter saying, "Hey, leave this alone. We need these projects. There's a big solar plant in Georgia, there's battery plants in Kentucky, there's projects all over the country. There's a lot of clean manufacturing jobs. Jobs is something that everybody wants to support." PBS Interviewer. Early on in the campaign, when he was campaigning in Michigan, Mr. Trump would criticize the move toward electric vehicles away from internal combustion. But now he's got Elon Musk on his side, the owner of Tesla. Is that going to change things? Associated Press. Former President Trump has been known to not speak the truth. And one of the things that he has said repeatedly is that there's an EV mandate which Biden has put in, but it's actually, there is no mandate. The EPA has much tighter emission standards to try to get cars to pollute less. To do that, you could buy more EVs, but there is no mandate. But Trump's rhetoric on EVs has softened since Elon Musk has become a friend. Trump says, well, Elon supports it, so maybe he won't be as critical of it as he has been. PBS Interviewer. The United Nations Climate Talks COP29 started November 11, 2024. The Biden administration signed a number of international agreements dealing with climate change. What's going to happen to them? Associated Press. In 2015, in the first term, President Trump removed the United States from the Paris Climate Agreement, which is a global agreement across all the industrialized nations. And one of the first things that Biden did when he came in 4 years ago in 2021 was to put us back in the Paris Climate Agreement. There's a lot of U-turns that global leaders have been complaining about. We're going to be removing ourselves from the Paris Agreement, no question about it. President-elect Trump wants to undo Biden administration regulations. There is some fear among environmentalists that maybe Trump learned from his first term because there's a lot of regulations that he tried to undo that the environmental groups challenged in court. And then they won and Trump lost. For better or worse, these regulations are hard to unwind. You've got public hearing, you've got public notice, you've got time. Everything takes a while in government. Nothing moves quickly. The Biden administration is parceling out grants under the Inflation Reduction Act and also the bipartisan infrastructure law, which was approved in 2021. They're just every day, every week, every hour, pumping out press releases and grants, and to the point where the Associated Press can't really cover them all because there's so many of them. Just the other day, President Biden was in Baltimore talking about clean ports, and he's trying to give tons of money to ports around the country. They will be able to do some of this, but there's only so much that they can do in the next 2 months to get it out the door. How much can the incoming Trump administration really undo and get rid of things that the Biden administration has done? A lot of administrative things they can undo. A big challenge in the climate world is that Environmental Protection Agency is probably going to lose a lot of staff. That's what happened under the first term. If they think the president doesn't believe in the mission of the agency, then they quit. You get a big brain drain. Even if you don't undo programs formally, you just don't give programs enough money, they die on the vine. Advocates of clean energy say that we're getting more solar power, we're getting more wind power, and both sides support nuclear power. The scientists are saying we only have so much time to reduce our carbon emissions because climate change is real. Anybody who has seen the fires, the floods coming at the world, you can't really ignore that. 2B United States. Fire crews on both U.S. coasts battle wildfires. 1 death in New York, New Jersey fire. Stars and stripes. People walk past burning wood in a forest. People walk along a path we believe we have the fire contained using the main fire roads. 2C firewood market share growing rapidly with recent trends and Outlook 2022 to 2031 OpenPR.com RAWSEP View. It is unnecessary to burn wood for home heating in 2024. There are heat pump rebates of up to $8,000 based on household income levels, so heat pumps can be obtained for little or no cost by low-income households. Heat pumps run on electricity and simply move warm air into the home to heat it. Heat pumps also function as air conditioners and lower monthly electric bills immediately. From the article, it uses a vertical burn chamber to burn wood and fire logs. The fuel is strategically positioned and burned in the upright position using burner. 2D United States. He'll try, but Trump can't stop the clean energy revolution. Grist. The cost of renewables is plummeting, heat pumps are selling like crazy, and red states are raking in cash from the IRA. There's no stopping the 2E United States. What Donald Trump's win means for future of heat pump, EV incentives. NDTV. Donald Trump has pledged to rescind funding for the Biden administration's signature 2022 climate law, which includes more than $8.5 billion IN. 3A California. As California wildfires become more frequent, people will need to fireproof their homes. MSN, 7 reasons I won't get a wood-burning fireplace and why you shouldn't. Hey, she thrives. 3B California Bakersfield. Industrial Heat Pump Industry Research 2024, $9.5 billion market trends, opportunities. The Bakersfield, California. Dublin. Business Wire. November 11, 2024. 4A Colorado Denver. Denver Incentive Program targets apartments for heat pumps. The Colorado Sun stores, offices, and apartment buildings are in line for $7.5 million in help to cut monthly energy bills by installing efficient new systems. Denver Heat Pump Incentive targets multifamily, commercial buildings for more efficient heating and cooling. Stores, offices, and apartment buildings are in line for $7.5 million in help to cut monthly energy bills by installing new systems. Excerpts edited by RAWSEP for brevity and clarity in relationship to residents against wood smoke emission particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. November 11, 2024. A project manager for Elephant Energy installs heat pumps at a residential complex October 3, 2024, in Denver. When the summer temperatures climbed, it not only got hot in a man's 2-bedroom apartment, it got cacophonous. We had 3 window air conditioners, and it got pretty noisy, he said. It also got expensive with electricity bills for some months tripling, reaching as high as $170. Those days are gone. Now on a hot day, there is only a gentle whoosh of a fan and potentially lower energy bills thanks to the installation of an energy-efficient heat pump under Denver's commercial and multifamily building electrification pilot program. The aim of the pilot is to help the city's Office of Climate Action, Sustainability and Resiliency to gather data to better set rebates and incentives for heat pumps, said the office's residential energy efficiency administrator. So far, 64 properties have applied to the $7.5 million pilot program with 8 projects moving ahead with installing equipment. Program participants include retail stores, office buildings, and multifamily apartments buildings. And that is how the Man's Garden apartment complex in the city's Sunnyside neighborhood found its way into the pilot. Since the rents for the units were below market, the project was in line for extra funding from the city. I got a notice from Denver about converting from natural gas to heat pumps, and it caught my eye, said the owner of the 6 garden apartment complex. Since the rents were below 80% of typical market rents, it qualified as an equity priority for the city's program. The apartment owner hired Denver-based Elephant Energy to install the heat pumps, and the installer put together a package of rebates from the city and Xcel Energy that covered the entire $153,000 project. That included $120,000 from Denver, $24,000 from Xcel Energy, and $9,000 in heat pump discounts from the state. To be energy efficient, a home ought to be weatherized as well, said Elephant Energy's head of sales. We contacted Energy Outreach Colorado, whom we work with, to insulate the units. 2 red brick apartment buildings with a green lawn in front. The multifamily building recently was retrofitted to heat and cool using heat pumps. Heat pumps installed at this apartment complex in Denver's Sunnyside neighborhood are expected to significantly reduce utility bills for tenants. The $153,000 project included attic insulation and new electrical panels. Energy Outreach Colorado provides a range of energy-related services to low-income households, including help paying bills. One of those services is a multifamily energy efficiency program, which administers federal weatherization aid. The program weatherizes 30 to 50 buildings a year across the state, according to Kelsey Engelking, agency's multifamily program manager. For the Garden Apartments heat pump project, the energy efficiency program provided $14,716 to insulate the roofs. An air source heat pump moves heat. It can move it from the outside to the inside when it is cold, and from the inside to the outside when it is hot. How? A refrigerant with a low boiling point, something like 55 degrees below zero, runs through a pipe exposed to the outside air, and even a little bit of heat vaporizes the refrigerant. The vaporized refrigerant, with the heat, goes through a compressor, squeezing the air and raising the heat to about 105 degrees as it is moved on into the house. The refrigerant, once again a liquid, is sent back outside to pick up some more heat. In the summer, the process can be reversed, moving heat from inside to outside, cooling the house. Elephant Energy outfitted each apartment with a new electrical panel and a Mitsubishi heat pump, rated to work even at 13 degrees below zero. 2 things we wanted to make sure was that we sized the heat pumps appropriately and that the ducts will work. The apartments had gas-fired furnaces, and the ducts are often smaller for a gas furnace than what would be used for a heat pump. To make sure, Elephant Energy crawled in to check the ducts. The major concern for the residents was to get cooling. They had a hodgepodge of window air conditioners, portable ones, and fans. Unlike an air conditioning unit, which kicks on and then off when a thermostat hits the desired temperature, the beauty of the heat pump is it moves more air over time. Set it and forget it. It is working all day. You really don't hear it, and it's been comfortable. The heat pump had only been operating for 3 weeks, so the man said he didn't yet have a sense of what it will mean for his electricity bill. My estimate and the city's estimate are that the bill will be about the same. If they were cooling with AC, it would be less. We do expect it to be positive on the bill for the most part. It definitely wouldn't have happened without the aid of the Denver program. Denver is offering rebates for a variety of heat pump technologies, including ground source heat pumps, which pull their heat from below ground, and rooftop heat pumps, We continue to see increased enthusiasm and participation as time goes on, a spokeswoman for the city's climate office said in an email. As a result, if a Denverite, a single-family homeowner or 20-story building owner, is thinking about ditching gas and going electric, Denver has a heat pump rebate available for them. Read more. Heat pumps are having a moment in Colorado, but do they really work in the bitter cold? Yes. January 26, 2023. New Belgium Brewing prepares for industrial heat pump that could cut its greenhouse gas emissions. September 11, 2023. Xcel must cut emissions from its gas business 22% by 2030. The role heat pumps can play is a point of dispute. August 1, 2023. 4B Colorado. Federal Home Energy Rebate Program launches in Colorado. Emission. The program will provide home electrification and appliance rebates to qualified Coloradans when they install cost-saving measures like heat pumps. Colorado took a big step toward overcoming the obstacle on Wednesday by launching the Home Electrification and Appliance Rebate Program, which will offer residents rebates on climate-friendly heat pumps, cooktops, or dryers starting at some point in 2025. 5 Connecticut Tolland. Criminal charge filed after Tolland open burning incident. Patch. Burning dangers. The colder weather is here, and it is that time of the year when many residents start their wood stoves or fireplaces. The incident occurred on November 6th, just after 11 a.m., on Old Post Road, according to a state police arrest report. A 23-year-old resident was charged with staging an open fire without a permit. His case was assigned a $10,000 bond, and he is due in court on November 20th, according to an arrest report. 6 New Hampshire Peterborough. Chimney fire spreads through Peterborough home Sunday, prompting multi-department response. Mike now. Officials are urging residents to maintain working smoke detectors and regularly inspect wood-burning appliances. Fire officials have labeled the fire accidental, tracing its origin to the area around the metal chimney connected to the wood stove. Significant fire damage was reported around the stove and stovepipe area. 7 New York Albany. Smoke from New York brush fires leads to health advisory in Capital Region. MSN 9 reasons you should avoid a wood-burning fireplace. AZ Animals US. 8 Pennsylvania Lebanon County. Blotter. Burning ordinance violation. Found firearm. Public drunkenness. DUIs. Lebtown. Theft of motor vehicle. On October 24th, police responded to Countryside Auto Sales, 2620 State Route 22, for a silver 2007 Nissan 350Z convertible that was 9 Texas Tyler. Person who fell into wood chipper in Bullard area rescued, taken to hospital. CBS 19. RAWSEP View. Is this news grimmer than news that an incoming Trump administration is intent on rolling back environmental regulations? We will see the health effects of rolling back environmental regulations in 2025. Sorry for the grim news about this harm to human health in 2024 related to wood burning for home heating, folks. Fire crews were called around 8:30 a.m. Monday to assist EMS about a traumatic injury involving a wood chipper. 10 Virginia. Researchers develop promising solution to major issue impacting wind turbine technology. The cool down. Researchers at the University of Virginia have developed a new protective coating that improves turbine efficiency. 11A Washington Edmonds. Climate protection. Moving forward with electric vehicles and heat pumps. My Edmonds news. This election, Washington State chose to keep our Climate Commitment Act. That keeps us on track to stop most of our greenhouse gas pollution by. 11B Washington Spokane County. Spokane County lifts burn ban. KHQ. Spokane, Washington. The Spokane Regional Clean Air Agency lifted a burn ban on outdoor wood burning and wood heating following an increase in air. 12 West Virginia Bluefield. Industrial Heat Pump Industry Research 2024, $9.5 billion market trends, opportunities, and Bluefield Daily Telegraph. The industrial heat pump market has experienced significant growth in recent years, driven by increasing energy efficiency requirements, advancements. 13 Australia. Fuel reduction burn. ABC emergency. Smoke may persist some days afterward depending on wind conditions. Wood heaters, wood fires, and bushfires. Current air quality information is 14A United Kingdom. Government must do more to tackle barriers to green home heating. Registered gas engineer. The which? Annual sustainability tracker found a range of barriers are deterring households from buying heat pumps, including costs, low awareness, and 14B United Kingdom Birmingham. UK households using their fireplace in November face £1,000 fine. Birmingham Live. But burning biomass wood, especially wet wood, is a source of pollutants. That can rise to £300 if your chimney releases smoke in a smoke control. 14C United Kingdom Buttonwood, Webley. Fire and rescue crews called to woodburner fire in Webley. The Hereford Times. Soot and smoke from even a small chimney fire can cause extensive damage to a home, while larger fires can damage the roof, wipe out the first floor. 2 Hereford and Worcester fire and rescue service crews were called at 8 p.m. to a fire in Buttonwood, Webley. The fire was in a woodburner and was already out by the time the fire service arrived. There were no casualties and no other emergency services were called. The incident was marked by the fire service as pending closure at 8:42 p.m. Fire crews called to woodburner fire in Herefordshire Village. Yahoo News UK. It also advises placing a fire guard in front of the fire at all times, extinguishing all fires before going to bed or leaving home, checking for smoke. 14D United Kingdom Cornwall. How Kinsa delivered a non-disruptive green heat transition business green feature. Kinsa's sustainability director explains how the firm navigated tight timelines and the cost of living crisis to deploy hundreds of heat pumps at 14E United Kingdom Scotland. Another idea of the Scottish Greens goes up in smoke. Happy days. Heart standard. RAWSEP View. This entire article is in the same foolish vein. Never was wood burning depicted more as the fad, fashion, and folly that it is. Human health has no friend here, is the foolish message. From the article, the Scottish government, now largely free of the influence of the Greens we think and hope, has ditched some of its plans on wood-burning stoves. The Herald. Wood-burning stoves wrong. Badly wrong. Now, thanks mainly to Kate Forbes, who's warmed her feet in front of a wood burner in the Highlands once. 15 Austria Vienna. Be careful outdoors. Extremely bad. Air is now affecting the Viennese Kronenat Kronenzeitung. 12 of them also measure particulate matter PM2.5. This value and the PM10 value coarser particulate matter are particularly high. RAWSEP View. RAWSEP cannot view this article without signing in. A 2021 study published in the European Heart Journal found that while physical activity is generally an important part of reducing the risk of cardiovascular diseases in highly polluted air, it can do the opposite. 16 Sweden Stockholm. Stockholm-based DREM secures €1 million to expand heat pump technology, EU startups. Stockholm-based DREM, a green tech company specializing in affordable, smart heat pump technology, has raised €1 million in additional funding from 17A India. Are cancer cases rising in India due to pollution? Times of India. A causal relationship between outdoor ambient air pollution, particularly PM2.5 in outdoor air, and the incidence and mortality of lung and breast. 17B India Bhopal. Bhopal's air quality shocks experts, alleged to be worse than Delhi. Times of India. PM2.5 and PM10 particles making their way into their body through air, said Pandey. People, in general, may not be using devices like air. 17C India Delhi. Delhi's air quality in very poor category, AQI over 400 in many areas. YouTube. Dangerous air quality. What does PM2.5 and PM10 signifies? Hindi News. ABP News. 17D India Delhi. Delhi identifies 57 pollution sources at 13 hot spots. Hindustan Times. PM2.5 particulate matter with a diameter of 2.5 microns or less concentration of these locations clocking higher readings than Delhi's mean. 17E India Delhi. Delhi in smog grip. AQI very poor for 13th day in a row. Hindustan Times. According to CPCB, Delhi's average AQI was calculated on the basis of 38 of 40 stations in the capital. Both PM2.5 particulate matter having a 17F India Punjab. Punjab reports 345 new stubble burning cases. Total reaches 6,611 this season. Times of India. Average AQI PM2.5 was recorded at 234 in Amritsarpur, 176 in Bathinda, 200 in Jalnarpur, 179 in Kana, 218 in Ludhianapur, 290 inches. 18 APM 2.5 in pregnancy. Relationship between exposure to air pollutants in the first trimester and spontaneous. Nature. Purpose exposure doses of PM2.5. 18 BPM 2.5 and safeguards. Dose and don'ts to safeguard your health from degrading air quality index. BW Healthcare. Masks filter out 95% to 99% of PM2.5.